Last episode, we took a look at the roster, the schedule, and set our initial recruiting board. We definitely have a lot of recruiting to do to get this team where it needs to be. We spent initial coach XP on improving scouting time for linebackers. All that said, we probably won't be doing too much scouting beyond that initial recruiting period because we won't have as many points the rest of the season. But we do have an interested 4 star and some interested 3 stars. So let's advance to next week and see what the situation is looking like. So it does look like out of the 7 or 8 4 stars we went after, one has already locked us out. So unfortunately, we got to remove him from our board. And then looking at some of the remaining 4 stars on the board, we just have too much competition as far as offers are concerned. So we're probably going to jump out of the race for this quarterback, this wide receiver, got to jump out there. Now, this Mike linebacker signal caller, he only has one offer in, and it's from Colorado. So let's send the house, see what we can do there. Maybe, we have the edge on the pipeline boost, so maybe we can jump ahead if we put the 50 points, send the house on them. This power rusher, unfortunately, too many schools in the mix. We're going to have to remove him from our board. And our absolute diamond, the only interested 4 star from what I recall on our team, or sorry, on our board. It looks like Colorado's in the mix too, as well as Kentucky. Interest is third, so let's go and send the house on this 4 star as well. Going down to this right tackle, raw strength right tackle. Only 2 schools are in the mix, so let's try to send the house for this guy too. And then our pocket passer quarterback has no offers as of yet, so let's send the house on him. And we have our, at least our core as far as these 4 stars. And from here, I definitely want to take a look to see if there are any 4 stars without any offers. So that's what we're about to do next. So we have a couple recruits in our pipeline that are 4 stars and have no offers. This Will linebacker here, his deal breaker is a playing time, and we got plenty of that here over at Colorado State. And then this gritty possession wide receiver, his pro potential deal breaker isn't looking great, but let's see what we can do there. It might end up, he definitely might end up getting locked out at some point. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure how the pro potential deal breaker works out as far as um, when that activates, or if it can activate during the season. But nonetheless, if we can at least get in the mix, let's see who needs a scholarship still. So let's offer these guys a scholarship and in the house. Have at least 6 4 star recruits that we are in the mix for. We did send the house on those 2 recruits that were in our pipeline but had 0 offers. So decent amount of 4 stars that we can at least try to continue to pursue. Hopefully, some bigger schools don't jump ahead of us too quickly. But I do want to take a look at some of the 3 stars that we have on our board, specifically ones that I marked as favorites, and see if maybe we can throw some points towards them. Maybe try to squeeze in another 4 star recruit in the mix and go from there. So we have 6 players that are marked as our favorites. So I definitely want to put at least some points towards them. We have a more realistic chance of landing these guys. So I definitely want to put at least 25 points on this athlete power rusher because he's a gem. And then looking at our linebackers here, I definitely want to put 25 points towards this thumper linebacker. Actually, maybe want to put, the end the player here. And then looking at these other guys, kind of spread the rest of our points between these 3 star players. And just breaking down by position, we have our quarterback, 4 star pocket passer, no offers as of yet besides our school. We have the athlete east west playmaker that We are the only other offer for besides UTEP, but we are not in this player's top eight yet. So hopefully, no other schools try to make offers. We are in the mix for quite a few receivers here. Our wide receiver route artist setting the house on this guy in the mix between Colorado and Kentucky. Besides our four-star wide receiver, we're in the mix for Matthew Carden, who's a gadget receiver, and we have a tier three pipeline boost. For Allen Hammond, only a one pipeline boost, but no offers besides our school as of yet. And then we have Kobe Poole, last but not least, who no other offers as of yet, and we've sent the house. For tight end, we're in the mix for three players. At least, they're at least top one or top two interest in us. So I feel good about landing at least one of these players. Offensive line, this is where it gets a little bit dicey, at least as far as offensive tackle. Have offers out to these players, no interest as of yet. Offensive guard, only one recruit is interested in us so far. And I mean, top six, keep him on for another week, but I'm not optimistic about making it past the projected cutoff. So we'll see. Probably not going to land this guy. Might remove him from the board, or he might at least lock out. Edge rusher, we're at least in the mix for all three of these guys. They're at least top four, or even first interest in us, and then the athlete gem who's interested in us. We are the only school with an offer. D tackle looking a little bit dicey here. We're not looking great as far as the cutoff for this guy. And then George Awuzie, we are the only offer. Linebacker, nobody's interested as of yet, but we are the only school with offers out to at least one of these guys, and not too many schools have made offers for these other two. This guy's a bust, so not high on the priority list. Middle linebacker, at least one player is interested. We have that four-star that we made an offer to and sent the house. And then D'Angelo Lashley, only one offer from UCLA so far. At corner, we have four players on our board, only two players interested, but the remaining two don't have offers. Safety, we are in the mix for Gabe Calcaterra, but Sam Houston also has an offer. Smaller school, so not worried about that too much. So I think we'll have a better idea of our recruiting board. Let's see what happens with these four stars if they bite on the send the house. If not, we might have to start reallocating our points towards more of these three stars, or maybe see if there's one more week where there's some four stars without any offers. So we've advanced past our bye week, and of the four stars that we've sent offers to so far, we at least have five of them that are interested. So we have Garrett Bloom still behind Colorado as far as Dre Harris is concerned. Only offer in for this guy so far. Hopefully, we can jump into his top eight if other schools make offers. Kobe Poole, again, sent the house on this guy. No other school that I'm seeing here has made an offer, so hopefully we can jump into his top eight. Amari Warren, we are the number one school after sending the house, so that is actually a pretty solid sign. Definitely want to throw this guy on a visit ASAP and land our top receiver. Obviously, the number one guy on our board, at least from a preseason perspective, considering he was already interested in us. His deal breaker is proximity to home, and we have an A plus. So all signs are pointing in the upward direction for Amari Warren. Mateo, we are barely hanging on as far as interest. We are one of three schools that have made an offer. So hopefully, no other schools jump in to make offers. And then Jadarius Gainwell, our quarterback pocket passer. We are the only school with an offer so far, and pretty much by default, we've jumped up to the fourth school on his interest list, and we're benefiting from that tier two pipeline. Unfortunately, we did lose out on a couple of our favorites. D'Angelo Lashley, we probably just did not put the necessary hours towards him, so we got to take him off the board. Kerry Riggs has also locked us out, and 78 thumper, so not really missing out too much there. Cano, we didn't even scout, so we gotta take him off the board. He's locked us out. This kind of stings, but hopefully we can get a running back later on in the season. There's a lot of running back depth just in general in this game typically, so I'm not too hurt, but losing out on a 90 speed and 90 acceleration, decent juke move, that's not great. Looking at athletes that still have zero offers as a four-star recruit, we do have this physical route runner. I know we have a few tight ends on our board, but this guy is a four-star, so I definitely want to put at least some hours towards him, especially with his deal breaker being pretty manageable. So I took the hours off of our favorite tight ends and put it towards this four-star. We made the offer and threw 35 points on him. Not as ideal as sending the house, but no other school has offers. So let's see if we can maybe sneak into his top eight. If we don't make that cutoff, then we can at least put those hours back towards these other guys since we're the only school with an offer. So, week one, we have Washington, which isn't a great start to the schedule, but we do have to start somewhere. I did make a few changes on the depth chart before starting this game. First and foremost, we are going to throw Curry in as our week one starter. Reason being is that Curry has an impact depth trait, multiple abilities, and has playing time as his deal breaker, whereas Brusso has zero abilities, slightly higher throw power, and isn't that much more accurate than Curry, except for medium throw accuracy. The other issue too is that championship contender is his deal breaker, which is a lot less manageable than Darius Curry's playing time deal breaker, especially with the impact trait. He'll upgrade faster. So we are going to go with Darius Curry for our week one starting quarterback. Also, just mentioning, I did make sure our offensive and defensive linemen, as well as our linebackers, weren't out of position. For some reason, the game likes to just change up the order. It might be somewhat due to overall, but I definitely like keeping our players in their correct position. Last but not least, we are making a change at punter, folks. We are starting the junior Brian Hansen with slightly better kick power than our freshman Nathan Sutcliffe. The other thing at hand is that Brian Hansen is a little more accurate with his kicks. So we're going to keep Brian Hansen in as our starting punter because obviously that is what matters the most. And now our first game of the season against the Washington Huskies, an 84 overall team. We are absolutely not close to that at all. So we're going to get into it and see if we can pull out the upset. All right, we are returning the kick. We're starting starting the game on offense. We have Avant on kick return duty and only get as far as the 19-yard line. So starting this game, Stadium Pulse is definitely not our friend. And that's not a great pass at all. Tipped. And called the wheel route and threw right into traffic there. That was not a good play by any stretch of the imagination. So 3rd and 10 already. Fourth and 1, and we are going to go for it. And Rocky Beers with the reception on 4th and 1. And Lloyd Avant already not doing too hot. We might have to sub. Oh, yeah, no, he is cooked. His leg is cooked. Okay, so he subbed out, so that's good at least. See, okay, so we're going to take off running with Curry. And probably should have slid on that play, but it's all good.
I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down. Finds the tight end. Find the rhythm.
Let's run the RPL, see what happens. And okay, we get a first down with Dupree. Oh, and that was a very bad idea. I did not mean to do that, but nonetheless, it accomplished what we had to do. We accomplished what we needed. We got the we got to 2nd and 2. And RPO gets us the first down. To Brown. Okay, so we're at least doing decent. I'd like to think so. So we can get some good blocking on the right side here. We might be able to snag a first down. And yes, we do. And we are off to the races and close to the end zone, but no cigar. Let's try to run it up the gut and see what we can do here. Can we get enough good run blocking? And we are in for the touchdown. First touchdown of the season scored by the running back Dupree. And we are good for the field goal, so we are on the board in this game against Washington. Now we just need our defense to keep us on a good track. All right, so laid him out at the 14-yard line, lowered the boom, and Denzel Boston is going to be an interesting one, folks. All right, so running back throws it into no man's land, got them stopped on first down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Williams looking for a man.
Oh, and we get the interception. And touchdown. Hey, this is, oh, hey, that's crazy.
We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together.
And folks, we are on the board against Washington State, or sorry, Washington. That interception
And this is what you call firing on all cylinders.
definitely did us some favors early on.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14.
All right, so we caught a lucky break against Washington. Our defense stepped up when we needed them to. Can they do the same thing again? And stop them at the 18-yard line.
Need to get something together with this possession. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Boston. Williams will pass. Sends it downfield. And they get him down at the 43.
Yeah, that's 100% my fault. I did not go far enough back on that mid-read.
He'll keep it himself. Oh, what a move. He'll take 4.
He lowered the boom on the quarterback, stopped him on the option.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They'll run the screen.
Yeah, no, that was probably overcommitted on the turbo.
This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Puts
Yeah, these dives are wild. I'm still trying to get the hang of that.
Field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Out of the gun, the inside.
Oh, the running back now, suddenly we cannot stop them.
A little bit of everything on that one. On first and goal, let's see what Washington does. Trying to surge it in.
Okay, crucial stop. Come on. Oh, come on. Wait. We made the stop? What? Okay, surprisingly enough, we got the stop on third down. I thought that was a for sure tutty. Come on, stop. And we get the stop on fourth down. That's actually crazy. I did not think we got that stop. So, folks, that does it for the fourth quarter of the game. We're actually up 14-0 against Washington. We might be on the verge of an upset, leading on the ground. Definitely getting smoked in the passing game, but hey, that crucial interception, pick six, put us in pretty solid position for this game. I can't even lie. And we made the stop. We got the stop on fourth down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they
Got the stop on fourth down, and now we do not have good field position at all. So, oh, and now why did I do that? Why did I do that? And nope, yeah, not getting any luck here. Do I want to even try on third down? Oh shit. Yep, tried it on third down, and that is going to be intentional grounding, which is a safety. Big mistake. I should not have done that. I should have just to be what they are. And for some reason, I cannot. The game isn't. I'm not tripping. The game isn't letting me punt. So, see, nope, the game's not letting me punt. So we gotta jump ahead. Got way too cute, and now I'm gonna pay the consequences. And shook off the first run, but did not shake off. Got enough for the first down at least. A big loss for Washington. And now crucial third down. And make sure we stop him. And yes, we get the stop. So we get the stop on third down. I still upset about that safety. Knew I was going to happen. Too much pressure, but just absolutely stupid move. But let's try running for a change. Oh, and caught a break there. Got at least 4 yards. Looks like thought we might have had a little bit of a more open field, but it's not how things panned out for us. And, reception of Brown. I thought I might have overthrown it. No, pass knocked out. Okay, if we can, at the very least, get in a field goal range, we can keep this game at least in reasonable distance. And it's caught.
Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
So we are at least in field goal range. And not going to get much more, unfortunately, on the outside zone play. So let's see. Yeah, no, Stadium Pulse isn't doing it. And oh, we threw into traffic, and did we get interference? So pass interference on the defense, but we are going to decline to give ourselves better field position. So, unfortunately, no, receiver didn't get a block on that play. So third down. Oh, yep, no, and thought I was throwing to a different receiver, but it is what it is. Let's see if we can at least get the field goal here. And just barely made it to keep the game at a 17-2. And oh, I don't know how that happened. The corner overcommitted on that play. Actually, it's pinch the line here. So they're not. Okay, so at least stop the tight end on that play. So keep them in bounds, and no, we did not keep them in bounds, so that stops the clock, unfortunately. Did not keep the clock going, so we gotta try to stop them here. And oh, we get a crucial sack, and we are going to call for the timeout. So did not think we would be at this position at this point in the game. We are going to at least try to see what we can do. Oh, yep, no. I think I committed too heavy on the sprint. So test the water, try to get in reasonable range, and oh no. So we're gonna call another timeout here, and just not really being super situational in this game. Okay, so now Washington is calling for a timeout, and we are going to go for it on fourth down here. So Rocky Beers with the catch, and if we can stay in decent, at least try to get in field goal range. And we are in field goal range, and yep, not going to chance it here. Just going to try to see what we can do from the 53-yard line. Nothing to lose here. Trying to time it correctly. And did we get it? And no, just missed it. Just missed the field goal. All right, so kicking off this third quarter, and at least got to make them take the ball out. So we got a lucky break there. QB tripped. Would have been gone if that wasn't the case.
Start this drive off on a good note. Yeah, it's starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with.
And we got the stop, so 3rd and 9.
And coming out in the second half, this offense so far here to start this second half. Defense picking up where it left off.
And could not make the stop. So he stopped him somewhat behind the line. And it's definitely shaping up to be a run play. Oh, no. And nope. So kept him out of the end zone there. 2nd and goal. And SWAT, no. Tried to SWAT, and no, they got a safe reception for the touchdown. So we got a 17-9 game just about. All right, so Washington is on the comeback trail. Really wish that did not happen, but nonetheless, usually I try to go for SWAT in these situations because every time you try to intercept it in the red zone, it always ends up resulting in a touchdown. So I, went with what I thought was a safe option, and then that just did not pan out. So, but nonetheless, it looks like we did. And no, Dupree just not that fast, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Did not even. I thought that was picked off. I stopped dead in my tracks. Whew. Folks, I thought that was picked off. I really thought there was no way. Let's try to bleed the clock. Okay, nope, they did not fall for the RPO this time. Did not fall for the RPO this time. And so just ended up right back where we were, and it's not shaping up to be good, folks. Not shaping up to be good. So Rocky Beers, are we home free? And no, we are not. Folks, I'm debating whether or not to go for it. Oh, we got the first down by hook or by crook.
You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got
oh, wow. Thought I was home free.
They just couldn't get it done. Back to throw, it's Curry. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the that time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
And no, we got stopped. Guys, we're going to try it one more time, see if our fortunes are better this time around. And this time around, no good. No good on the 53-yarder. So unfortunately, yeah, this is bad. Folks, we might be selling this game away. We might very well be selling this game away.
Gonna swing it on second down. No chance. They'll run for it on third and short.
Oh, no. And yep, no, that did it. That did it. Start them on the 2-point conversion. We might have a chance. And nope. Nope. Washington tied the game up. Washington tied the game up.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Looking to throw, it's Curry. Makes the catch.
And just as I say that, we at least LeBron Brown is holding us down.
All tied up. Let's check out
So we are getting destroyed on the ground. Their running back is just way too powerful.
to the air on first down. The throw. Quickly out to the tight end. You'll get it.
So at least are creating enough separation
Run out of bounds.
to throw on the run a little bit.
Patiently wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end.
And that was enough to get us the first down. So we are at least doing fairly well here.
Set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. Moving out of the pocket. That's caught. It's ball. Stopped at the
I got bailed out on that throw.
Move the markers.
Nice job by the receiver on the back.
Bailed out on that throw for sure.
Moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
It's complete.
And Antwi, and that did absolutely nothing. Set us back, if anything. So
So now it's second and long.
thanks, but no thanks, Antwi.
Back to pass. Floating away. Had to throw it before he wanted. Couldn't find. They've got to do it in a hurry.
And no, got picked off, and that is not what we want at all. Not what we want, and we just blew this lead. We just blew this lead. We just blew this lead. Started off 2-17, and now we are 17-24. Not at all where we want to be, folks.
Now check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, we don't get a ton of top 5 matchups, so let's check.
And oh, I thought we had an opening, but
Did it outside of Austin City limits. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and
and now our running back is hurt.
each week in college football.
So now we're down to our,
Just
I believe we're down to our third string running back.
nothing compares to a top 5 duel. Where we
And
come with massive
so we're at least to the 40-yard line with our running back,
Everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
and we get
Signs of
any momentum on the ground here.
nothing in the second half. It's first and
All right, so we got some good blocking, enough for the first down. And no, our
And you want to create second and short.
running back has an abdominal tear, out for the game. That is not good.
looking downfield. It's Curry. Caught. Good pickup, but a little bit short.
Yep, abdominal tear, will not be able to return for this game. That is
Arm strength.
just great, everyone. That is just great. Game on the line, and we do not have our running back.
And the Rams with myriad options after that big pickup.
So you can see we got audible here. Oh, and no, that does not work. We got jumped on that for sure.
He'll try to get it through the air. Got his man on the right.
And Antwi, okay, we're at least in business.
Side of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on first and 10.
And no, we are sacked.
Looking to fire. Throws toward the end zone.
Oh,
And he passes it.
had Beers open in the end zone and did not hit the mark.
Trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third. He'll take a shot.
Beers, oh, we got a touchdown. Touchdown to Beers.
The extra point here
That, oh, okay, we saved this game.
was good.
We saved this game.
All time.
I cannot believe
The kickoff.
I sold, but we saved this game.
This crowd.
Well, they
I absolutely
ups and
sold,
downs
but we saved this
football
game.
in the first half. Really nice job. Being on now, if they can get some momentum in the throw game going for the rest of this game.
He's got him.
All right, so 2-minute warning.
The give to the back.
And, okay, we stopped them.
But they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play.
And yes, we stopped them on third down.
That catch there, physical pass defense.
And folks, we might be in luck. Set up for the punt.
Booted away. He'll try to really get into this one.
See if we can return the punt. Curry, can he activate the clutch gene? And wow, okay, so not the route I expected, but it's the route we got. We have the first down.
Still look to attack because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up with those big plays.
And we're gonna throw it away here.
Connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Caught in the backfield. It's ball.
And probably could have ran out of bounds. Let's see, just please get us in decent field goal range. That's all I ask. Get us in decent field goal range. And Rocky Beers. All right, so moment of truth here. Let's go for the field goal, 48 yards. That's actually way more manageable than we've had previously.
Everyone's on the same page for this big down.
And no, wait, but we get the flag.
But there is a flag down, and he might get another shot at this.
Oh my goodness, we are saved by the flag. And let me just make sure. Yeah, the game cheesed. The game cheesed. I wish I saw it clearer, but I was going to accept. Yeah, no, the game cheesed on that one. The game cheesed. I can't even front. If I had an opportunity to accept it, I would, but you know, I'm not gonna try to run out of timeouts. And Rocky Beers is hurt.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Gives it to the back on the draw. They'll get in defense and help them get a stop. Trying to barge their way in the teeth of this noise. Looking to throw, it's Curry. Touchdown, Colorado State.
All right, so we scored the touchdown with a minute left to go. So the game cheese, but we got to rock with it. So at least we can get karma here if we give them a chance to score. They have no timeouts.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Yeah, go to the middle. It's Otten. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. And he picked. The offense going to try. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Fires toward the end zone. And good.
And we stopped him.
Knock it away.
So 3rd and 10, we have a chance.
From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. And he just
All right, so 4th down. If we get the stop, we get the W.
He'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
And we get the win.
Man, it'll be
We kneel it, and we are good.
breaker this late in the game. You work all off season for that, the chance to take a knee and
And we get the week 1 win against Washington now under very controversial circumstances with the roughing the kicker plays, but
Coming into the season, finally getting ready to
I couldn't, unfortunately, I could not pause to see if the penalty was legit, so I had to take the cheese. Maybe that's not the favorable way, but that's the way we got to do it here to get the W. Week 1, we upset Washington. So for this game, 33 completions on 41 attempts, 259 passing yards, 80% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns and interception, average of 6.3 yards per attempt. As far as rushing, definitely didn't get a lot done on the ground, but also didn't run that much. Curry actually led our team in rushing yards. Jalen Dupree, unfortunately, lost an injury, 11 rushes and 33 yards. And Justin Marshall with 2 rushes for 10 yards. So we mixed in a few running backs. I think all of our running backs in this game. Receiving, Beers definitely told the story. 10 receptions for 73 yards. Also got Brown and Antwi, Beers and Antwi with the 2 touchdowns on this game. Defense only got half a sack each for Tweetsley. Defense only got one total sack, one interception on the game, which I mean that was very crucial early on in the game. So we didn't have a crazy game from Demon Williams. 16 completions on 23 attempts for 158 yards and a touchdown, 69% completion percentage, and the obvious interception for the pick six early in the game. Rushing, we definitely got cooked on the ground by Jonah Coleman, the senior. 14 attempts for 146 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, not too crazy. Their leading receiver had 43 yards, and then Denzel Boston with 5 receptions for 38 yards and a touchdown. And then one sack on the game. Our offensive line held up this game. Definitely didn't get a lot of pressures, although that safety definitely cooked us. So we did get that week 1 win against Washington, very crucial. And week 2, we're up against FCS West. So we have an opportunity to start the season out 2-0. Let's see how our potential winning streak shapes up, our recruiting battles. Hopefully, being a team like Washington State puts us well on a trajectory to getting some 4-star recruits early on. But that covers it for this video. Thank you for watching along for my college football Colorado State Dynasty series. Next week, we're going to take on FCS West and see how we're doing in these recruiting battles. In any event, have a good one and take care.